Home. Safe. Loving. Accepting. Belonging. Encouraging. Family. But a man's world can never be a woman's home. We grow up watching movies where Ariel is only good enough for her prince when she grows legs, and Cinderella is only considered beautiful after she's transformed by her fairy godmother. By the age of 6, we are already given a list of things we can't do. Because that's what being a girl is, right? Being given limits before we have the chance to discover them ourselves. At 8, a boy pushes us and tells us to shut up for the first time, followed by an adult excusing it by saying it's because he's a boy. 10, we notice the boys in our class eagerly calling themselves men. Meanwhile, us girls avoid the word woman altogether, as if a part of us is already aware the title isn't as glamorous for us as it is for them. 12, our names are being used as insults. Stop being such a girl. Are you a wussy? As we get older, the names just become more and more vulgar. The word girl is replaced with bitch, and the word wuss transforms into pussy. 13, we're sent home from school because our clothes are deemed as too distracting, implying that a man's education is more important than a woman's. 14, in health class, we learn about sex. Not when or why it happens, just how. So how comforting it was for us to be surrounded by boys who were taught the proper way to put on a condom, but were neglected to be taught the proper way to ask for consent. 15, we get catcalled on the street by strangers 3 times our age. 16, we develop an eating disorder after a boy tells us we're fat, and social media informs us that a big body isn't a lovable one. 17, our best friend tells us she was sexually assaulted. 18, she takes her own life. 19, we experience an abusive relationship. 20, we find out our male colleague is getting paid more than us. We live in a society where women have to pretend to be another man's property in order to be left alone. We live in an environment where we have to create apps to safely walk us home and clothing to prevent rape. We live in a place where men walk around shirtless with a Playboy magazine in their back pocket as they tell women to cover up as they breastfeed their newborn baby. We live in a world where the questions, what were you wearing and did you say no, are more important than are you okay and can you identify him? So how are women expected to call this place home? A place we're told we should never want to leave. Meanwhile, women kill themselves claiming to have finally set themselves free. A place where we don't feel safe no matter the case because there's always the fear of being raped. A place where we're supposed to belong yet don't have a voice so they carry on. A place we're only accepted if we fit certain standards. If not, we're rejected, disrespected. A place we don't feel encouraged because we're told our dream job is a man's job. A place we don't feel like family because we know there's no heel tall enough to make us equal to our brother. The other day, my dad told me my skirt was too short, in the same breath he used to tell my brother to go out, be a boy, and have fun. When I pointed out the irony, he responded by telling me that if I kept this feminist mentality, I'd have a hard time finding a man. And that's when I realized he didn't get my mentality. I didn't want a man. I just wanted to be equal to one.